Simon & Schuster Audio presents All the Houses I've Ever Lived In, Finding Home in a System That Fails Us. Written and read by Kieran Yates. Introduction. The desire for home is innate in all of us. For me, home is something that I've learned to make, lose and love thanks to years of moving. By the time I was 25, I'd lived in more than 20 different houses, and they have taught me everything I know about community, interior design, and a failing state. Each chapter in this book starts with a different house I've lived in. It isn't every single house I've lived in, there are more, but I've chosen these because each one reveals something about the housing crisis, its politics and history, and how we live now. They're not even all houses technically, but the language of home and house feels interchangeable to me. When I lived on an estate, I learned about negligence firsthand. When I lived in a car showroom, I learned about what happens when people are housed in places that are not designed to be lived in. When I went to housemate auditions, I learned about optimizing yourself online, and when I saw the clinical aesthetics of gentrification close up, I realized just how much taste is weaponized. Researching and reporting for this book has taken me from retracing Asian youth movements in 1970s Britain to sourcing millennial Monstera deliciosa plant obsessions, and how sounds travelling through a wall impacts our ears. How we manage precarity together is the real focus of this book, rather than the architecture of different houses, though there is some cultural history of interiors too. If the exteriors of houses tell us the story about our history, from the scars of the Blitz on Victorian townhouses to brutalist estates, interiors can reveal our present. We have a history of peering inside people's homes, at the details of a living room, guessing at a house's period and market value, from the first ideal home exhibition in 1908 to Kim Kardashian's Vogue videos. In a decade of chaos and political, social and economic instability, many of our homes have adopted a frictionless grey. During the pandemic, people painted arches on walls while they are trapped inside, creating an illusion of escape. When the mainstream adopted a commodified feminism, millennial pink made its way onto our walls. The details that make up our home and interior lives are a treasure trove of housing stories, of large windows, foamy imitation flock wallpaper, buttery magnolia pane and jewel-tone blue velvet sofas. I have loved all of them. I wanted to write this book on the meaning and making of home, not only because a lot of books about home focus on white working class experiences of council housing, or overwhelmingly feature middle-class lives. It's also because there aren't enough honest conversations about how it really feels to move around this country, and the precariousness of not having a home that you can always go back to. Moving takes many forms. The movement of the GRT, Gypsy Roma traveller community with nomadic roots.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?